Good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Wednesday, the 5th day of August in the year of our Lord 2020. The left in this nation has completely come unglued, so much so that super glue won't put Humpty back together again. That being said, from the Daily Caller comes this one: Ted Cruz blasts Democratic subcommittee members. Republican Texas Senator Ted Cruz, he has been on fire lately. He criticized Democrats on a Senate subcommittee that he chairs for failing to criticize Antifa and others during an hours-long hearing on the topic. Cruz's Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution discussed the role Antifa and other left-wing groups play in fostering ongoing riots in cities like Portland during Tuesday's hearing. Quote, "We are seeing too many local officials, mayors, and governors who've made a cynical decision that it is in their partisan interest to turn a blind eye to this violence," unquote, Cruz said during the hearing, according to a clip played by Fox News host Sean Hannity before introducing the Texas senator. He went on to say, quote, "I would also note that the ranking member said nobody is condoning violence and rioting, and yet nowhere in the opening remarks was even a word condemning it," unquote. Appearing on Tuesday night's edition of Hannity, Cruz accused the Democrats of not only failing to stop the riots, but of facilitating them as well. What's happening, unfortunately, is not free speech, and those who are peaceably protesting are seeing their protests hijacked by violent anarchists, by Marxists who are engaged in acts of terror, Cruz said. At the end of the day, none of this is complicated. Don't assault your fellow citizens. Don't firebomb a police car. Don't loot and destroy small businesses. Don't murder police officers. What is striking in the 4 hours of hearing today, he went on to say, in the Senate Constitution Committee that I chair, 7 Democrats spoke and questioned the witnesses, he continued. Not a single one dared to criticize Antifa in any way because they are making a cynical decision that they want to encourage these radical leftists who are assaulting and threatening American citizens. It's really unfortunate. After Hannity played clips of some of which were recorded by Daily Caller reporter Shelby Talcott, of ongoing violence in Portland, Cruz referred to the, quote, hateful rhetoric of the Democratic side, unquote, in arguing that the Democrats have unleashed the crazies in their party. Most of the party is really held captive to the extreme, angry voices, whether it's Antifa, whether it's AOC, or Bernie Sanders, or Elizabeth Warren, and you see them denying reality. Cruz and Hannity continued to discuss specific examples of violence against police, including the use of lasers to attempt to burn the eyes of the officers. And this should be something that should throw every one of them in prison, folks. It would you and me, that's for damn sure. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here. Democrats seem to always say that they are for the rule of law. And when one is broken, or they perceive that one has been broken against a minority, they are so quick to jump in on the bandwagon that they don't take time to check the true facts of the story before opening their mouths and inserting their feet. Seems like they can never get enough of the taste of their feet, bad as that must be. And this isn't just a one-time thing, folks. Remember the hands up, don't shoot thing? They ran with that until the truth came out, then they backed off and shut the hell up. In the process, they destroyed a man's career. No apologies, nothing. Then there was the thing in Maryland. Where the first utterance of "I can't breathe" came out. They ran with that one till the truth came out. Then they fell silent again, not even a second thought about what they had done. They ran full speed ahead with the impeachment of Donald Trump, our president, without even the thought that what they were doing was wrong. They never think what they are doing is wrong, folks. They just do what they do without even a glimmer of thought of the lives and liberties they are destroying. They ran full tilt with the George Floyd thing when it came out in the media, and they ran and ran and ran, destroying cities and people's lives in the process. and they're still running on that one. COVID came out and they ran with that one too, destroying businesses and people's lives in the process, killing many in the ensuing lockdowns without a thought about whether this nation could survive being locked down and the businesses shuttered while the government continued on its spending spree, never once giving thought to the fact that with the businesses closed, where was this money coming from? And through it all, everything they have done or tried to do was wrong in almost every way. And yet they are not suffering for their choices, but we all are. On my Friday show, you know, the one that didn't air because BTR went down, I mentioned that it was time for people to rise up and rebel. I still believe that. It will be the only way to get this nation back on track and to get rid of all politicians who do not do what they must to keep America and Americans safe. The leftists in our government care nothing for our safety, so why should we, the people, care about theirs? It's time to put them back in their places under no uncertain terms, period. Thank you all for joining me today. As a friend of mine used to always say, we will not be ruled, and that is if we start refusing to allow it. This is Robert the Infidel, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Remember, NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold is brought to you through Conservative Nation Media, where America always wins.